Hi and welcome back to a new video. Today's video is going to be a new book tag, and today's book tag is 20 questions book tag. I think that's the name of the book tag. And I found this book tag at Victoria's Shelves. I think that's what her YouTube channel is called. But now let's continue. So the first question: how many books is too many books in a series? I would say it all depends on how good the series is, or if it feels like the author is trying to push the series on, when it just feel like it doesn't need any more books. So it doesn't matter if it's like 3 books, 4 books, or 10 books. It all depends on how good the story is, I think. And yeah, I think it depends on a lot of how good the story is. At least for me. Next. How do you feel about cliffhangers? I think they are good. I think sometimes they are needed in a book. For me, it doesn't matter if it's a cliffhanger at the last page of a book or in the last page on a chapter. Because if I don't like the book or feel like I can connect with the book while reading it, for me it doesn't matter if it's a cliffhanger. If I don't feel like I want to read the book, I won't probably read it. I won't probably read it just because of the cliffhanger. I will just continue reading something else. So for me, I think cliffhangers are good, especially in chapters. And it's okay if it's a cliffhanger on the last page. Like I said, I will probably continue reading the book or the series if I don't feel or can connect with the book, or if it's something bothering me. Next, hardcover or paperback? I would say that hardcover is nice in the bookshelves. But it's a lot cheaper with paperback. And also, if you have a paperback, you can bring it with you if you want. So yeah, but also I think hardcover is really nice in bookshelves and sometimes the hardcover is more nicer in hardcover than in paperback. But yeah, I would say I mostly buy paperback only because it's cheaper and it's easier to read while you're holding the book. But I would say that I think hardcover is really nice too. Favorite book? I would say it all depends on, like, I have a lot of favorite books, but for now I brought with me a book by Lisa Jubel that I read, I think, the end of 2019. And here's the Swedish book, but Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell. That's one of my favorite books that I've read. I've read this book and I loved it, so it's one of my favorite ones. Least favorite book. That's a tricky one or a hard one, because it all depends on, I will say The Friend Request of Lisa Marshall. That is what I'm gonna answer. Love Triangle, yes or no? Here's the thing, I don't read so much romance. Romance in a book is nice, but I don't tend to read a romance. That's not my genre, if you ask me. I don't read romance. Not because they are boring, but I don't know, I just think it's too cheesy. Maybe. I can be that too, but no, I don't read I don't read romance, but I think some of the books that I've read, there have been some love going on, and I think it's okay if it's not taking over the book. So yeah. The most recent book you couldn't finish. I couldn't finish Friend Request by Laura Marshall. I'll put in a picture on the book. It's one of my least favorite books, and I also DNF it because I didn't like it. A book you're currently reading. The book I'm currently reading is the second book in Stephen King's series about the Dark Towers. And also this book is in Swedish, but I think in the original title it's called The Drawing of the Tree. So that this is the book that I'm currently reading as a physical copy, and I'm also listening to Natavara as an audiobook, but I think I will finish it tonight or tomorrow. The last book you recommended to someone. I recommended The Memory Wood by Sam Lloyd to Vargarnas bokhylla or Victoria. The oldest book read publications date. That is also a Stephen King book. I got the wrong book with me, but it's Carrie by Stephen King. The newest book you read, publication dates. I listened to The Memory Wood by Sam Lloyd, and I think the book was published 2020. Favorite author? Well, it's Stephen King. I love his books. I'm into horror, so I really enjoy his books, as you can tell. Buying books or borrowing books? If I had all the money in the world, like if I could spend money on only one thing, I would buy books. Yeah, but I tend to do both, like buy books but also borrowing books, because I don't know really if I really want this book. So if I want to read a book that I don't really know if I'm going to like, I tend to borrowing it at the library just to read it. And yeah, but I also tend to buy books that I really know that I probably will like. Books by Stephen King I buy. Yeah. A book you dislike that everyone seemed to love. Shocker, or maybe not, but I don't like 50 Shades of Grey. I tried to read it like 5 years when the book came out, the first book came out. I came like 3, 4, or 5 pages in, and I did not enjoy it, so next. Bookmarks or dog ear. Bookmarks. I tend to use bookmarks a lot, but I can also use like a paper if I don't have, let's say, a bookmark near me or next to me. But I don't really like to dog ear my books, but sometimes I can do it. A book you can always reread. Marley and Me by John Gruden. I've been listening to this book like more than 5 times. I really love this book, but I also love it because it's about the dog. So, and I love dogs. Can you read while hearing music? No and yes. If it's like in piano music or classical music, then I can read while listening to music, but I can't listen to music while reading if it's lyrics in the music. One POV or multiply POVs. POVs are point of views. Point of views. I like when it's point of views in the book that I'm reading, so I like it when it's when you have like a few of them. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? In a perfect world, I would love to read a book in one sitting, but I don't, so I use multiply sittings. Yeah, but I would love to just read a book in one sitting, because then I don't have too many books that needs to be read. Next, who do you tag? Anyone who wants to do it, this book tagging, but yeah, anyone who wants to do this book tag can do this book tag. I will link all the questions in the description, and let me know if you do this book tag so I can see what you are going to answer. And that was all the question is this book tag. Like I said, I found this book tag at Victoria's shelf. I will link her YouTube channel in this description box as well. And thank you, Victoria, for letting me do this book tag. And yeah, so that is for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel. That will make me really happy, and I would really appreciate it. But until next time, I hope you have a good day and take care. Bye.